hope those were not cat calls. Well, nice of you to give me a few minutes hearing. It was just around 4.5 years back, once I just landed upon one of the meetings held by Mr. Pai, and one of the girl, Lenita, they just caught me and said that we have to do something to fine-tune or up the ante for the trainings what were being done for our students, especially WKC students, and I was not too much involved in it at that particular point of time. I'm not even now too much involved. Well, when we are just talking, I just, as usual, I said, this is Mr. Pai's way of throwing darts. You know, many of you, I don't know whether you have watched Robin Hood and such movies. They just keep on throwing arrows, expecting some arrow to hit somebody. So he keeps on throwing arrows, and sometimes it hits me, and I end up doing things whether I like it or not. But this was one of the aspects what he said. As usually, I'm a bit of a classical argumentative Indian, so I said, what use it is going to be. So he came with some weird story of some Amar Shilpi Jhaknacharya. I was just trying to figure out who is that person. So he told that when the Hoysala temples were being done, you know, the king was walking, he saw one 93-year-old sculptor or architect just hitting one hammer on a statue, and the chip came off. So king said, this is very easy, you know, one hit and the chip comes off. That time the Jhaknacharya said, you know, it's not the one hit, it's the 99 hits before that which made this chip come off. So that's what we said, you know, like when we start doing Prerna, the results won't be seen. It's like, I'm from stock market, it's like buying a value stock, and you just don't know for how many years before the value starts getting unlocked. And when it gets unlocked, it's multifold. You know, you don't get 1x, 2x, you get 10x, 30x, 40x. I've lived through those aspects. So that was the reason why we thought we'll try to put people through a kind of motivational session. We had multiple kind of viewpoints, I being slightly on the aggressive and extreme side, and most of the other people being slightly on the softer side. But then that's where we started, and I think we up the ante every year. We have been getting some people from Mumbai, getting some people from various diverse, what we call as professional as well as personal aspects, who can come and give their professional life stories, their personal life stories, and also ensure that this kind of transmission of what we call as a knowledge base slowly comes. Because many a times, like Pradeep Mam sells ice cream, and so many other people are in other kind of a business, we have something called as a advertisement. I mean, Neville will always say, it's a, when you hear the message same time again and again, whether you like it or not, it starts influencing you in a positive way. Patterns change. So many times you would have seen, आम्ही हांगा पॅच जेवताले कोणी कॅलॉग्स खायना आशिल्ले 15 वर्सांचे कॅलॉग्साचे एडवर्टायजमेंटा नंतर आतां घरा चोडू घर आतां कॅलॉग्स खाताचे हांगा मंगळूरा सुद्दां पॅच जेवचे बंद करून कॅलॉग्स. So it took 15 years. So somewhere something, when it happens over a time and the message gets hammered in, it starts subtly influencing you and it starts changing your personality. And I think that was what was Mr. Pai's entire game plan. And believe me, he has a game plan in everything. So the TVM, that Vision 30 was that somewhere or the other you should get more and more people involved, and more and people get, and slowly and steadily inch up the level. We always say, what is, you know, the entire base for trying to do this kind of event is I was an engineer once upon a time, and slowly over a course of period I lost my bearing, and now I'm a stock market trader, like not, of course, not as successful as Nikhil, but somewhere I make both ends meet. What is stock market? Stock market is nothing but a clash of emotions of thousands of people happening in one small place, which is called a price discovery mechanism. I think that's a very clear aspect. Most of you, when you go into your professional life, you will realize that all the skills what you have got, whether you are a coder, whether you are a domain or a team leader or a domain expert or Python programmer, is just irrelevant. It's how you handle hundreds and thousands of people who are counterparty to you, because someday or the other, from a worker ant, you will be becoming a manager, and manager to a line driver, and ultimately become responsible for revenue, because that's a law of progression. At that stage, you realize it's your ability to handle other people beg, borrow, steal, throw a tantrum, or just catch their shoes and polish their shoes. But your ability of doing things, it's what separates one person from other, a successful person from a not so successful person. The multiple, everybody has their own way of looking at it, everybody has their own aspect of cladding your success or your operational effectiveness. Like many a times we have multiple arguments. As I said, I'm an argumentative person. We all land upon two aspects. Is this the right way to do, or is this the not so right way to do? I always say, whenever you are handling a social change or a grassroots change, there isn't a right way or a wrong way. The classification is, there is an effective way, there is a not so effective way. We don't bother about the not so effective way. It's just for people to sit on a katta, devasthana katta erbesun ulloch sivai. It doesn't lead to any conclusion. But the effective way is somewhere where you lose friends, because you are doing something which may be ruffling the system, changing the system. But yes, I have done it in many aspects. You have to go against the trend. You have to sometimes lose some of your friends. You make more friends. It's not an easy path. But yes, when social changes happen, when grassroots changes happen, when mindset changes happen, lot of things happen. I work with a small institute. There are two ladies out there who have come from an institute. They are the new age, but we realize when we are taking care of those 60 sweet children, 4 of whom are here, the mindset change what we have to do in the society, and society is represented by people who are amongst us, and I think they have a very great challenge in altering the mindset of people who are around them. So that's where we always say, this kind of an event, it may look sometimes irrelevant to you, but it's like Kellogg's. Over a period of next 8-10 years, I'm sure you will also move away from Pejeshit to Kellogg's as a breakfast. This will start becoming a part of your DNA, and you people will always start taking what we call as an absorption quotient. In many of our in stock markets, we always say, the best way is to follow a leader who has charted what we call as a successful path. The success ratio for that is more than 51%. And we always say, it doesn't matter how many times you are right or wrong. What matters is how much you make when you are right and how much you make or how much you lose when you are wrong. So I think you just up your quotient, reach that 51%, leave the 100% for others. It's not for humans, it's for gods or maybe liars. But normal human being, if you cross 51% achievement, I think you'll reach a great place in life. So keep on doing this, and I think we have to up our quotient and get more and more people. I've been always trying to say that somewhere or the other, I'm telling some sentence which may not be liked by some of the people out here, but anyway, as I said, I generally sometimes fly off the tangent. We do what we call as try to bring Konkani people. I've been always trying to bring, like Konkani is a culture which spreads 1,000 kilometers in India on a linear basis. It's a language which is spoken, if you draw lengthwise, the longest line in India. Most of us don't even know. It starts from Raigad and goes all the way to Trivandrum. We have 4 states. We have to get people. I always try to get somebody from Cochin and somebody from Goa and somebody from Mangalore. Mangalore is our fiefdom, but we have to get somebody from, I always try to get somebody from Maharashtra also. Because assimilation of culture, assimilation of knowledge, assimilation of experience is an ongoing thing. But more we broad base it, I think it's going to be extremely helpful for us, because when we get into our professional life, it's a jungle out there. You may be in Bangalore, you may be in Frisco, you may be in London, you may be in Pune. It's a jungle out there. It's just not our 28 plus 9 provinces of India which are going to be competing with you. I mean, the residents of those places, but the residents of more than 60 countries will be competing with you. So broad base your thinking, don't be clustered, and